For the first time ever, we get to step into Qualichem. Yes, this is the original headquarters, but guess what? They're continuing to grow and expand, and now we have a new headquarters. So this has become production. We're gonna step inside and see how some of this production is done. John is waiting for us, but Qualichem started in 1999, but first went into metalworking in 2005. And since then, continue to take over the industry, providing quality coolant to all customers with hundreds of SKUs, really focusing on you. Yes, that's important. Focusing on you, your struggles, your trials, your needs. They will create blends just for you. And me, being the bad chemist that I am incredibly excited to join John inside and to join you inside to learn more about what Qualichem has going on today. Let's head inside. John, buddy, looks like you're getting it all in tip-top shape for the video,
Absolutely, Tony. How you doing?
Hey, well, I'm doing great. I wore my green shoes to match your Qualichem green.
I appreciate that.
Living a dream, brother. How about you?
Doing great, doing great.
Oh, man, I'm so excited to be here. I've learned so much about this product over the last few years, spending time with your customers, hearing their testimonials and successes. So to be here in your factory to show the world what you guys have going on with constant expansion and growth,
Absolutely.
This is exciting times for me, man. It's got to be exciting for you.
Yeah, we're glad you're here, Tony. You know, it's like one of our long-tenured production employees says, we don't make Joe's cutting juice here at Qualichem. We make a premium product, and our guys are proud of that, and it's something our customers have come to count on.
I can see that from every customer I've ever visited. And little side note, I used to play for a soccer team called Average Joe's. And we were just that. I've got to be honest. We were just that, Average Joe's. So let's take a little walk because I know they want to see what I've been able to see. And come on, man. Sir Mix-a-Lot, really? Really?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice touch.
Coolant got back? Is that what we're talking
That's
about?
right, that's right.
Coolant got back. I apologize. My brain works like that, John.
All good.
Automation is key. And I believe this is something you guys have recently implemented that has been incredibly beneficial. But automation is key for, every part of our industry and manufacturing, right? How does this work for you?
Yeah, so absolutely. When Qualichem at its inception, very manual, a lot of things done by hand. And as we've grown, it's became apparent that we were going to have to, update with the times. We were going to have to use automation to help us become more efficient. And this is a prime example of that. This particular unit right here can package any of these kettles on our main platform here. It just depends on how we route it, right? So before this unit, it would take 4 guys about all day to package my 2 largest kettles here, right? With this unit here, 1 guy can package both of these kettles in roughly 4 hours. So you can imagine what the savings is there, right? And it's not that those jobs go away. We're just able to reallocate them into another value add area of the facility.
Yeah, we make discussions all day, every day about a labor shortage and a skills gap, all the time. And then we want to complain when automation comes in as if it's taking our jobs. It's just not the case. We're becoming more productive and efficient and reallocating positions so that we can all do more and make more and grow quicker. I think that's very important to understand. I'm glad that you said that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's important to Qualichem.
What's happening inside of these barrels? Look, let me be honest. I'm terrible at chemistry. I've set buildings on fire on accident. Certainly my high school roof on fire.
We'll keep you away from the flammables.
Please do. So a lot of my questions, you might look at me with a strange look, but my curiosity still exists. So what's happening inside of these barrels at the moment?
Yeah, so we have 16 mixing vessels. We call them kettles, right, throughout the facility. They go from around 25 gallons all the way up to this big guy right here at 6,800. It's one of our newer additions. Gives us a little more capacity. And so what we're doing in those kettles daily is we're looking at what our orders are, and I have a scheduler who's constantly kind of laying us out and seeing what's the most efficient way to get those orders out the door. So he's gonna tell me, okay, in these particular vessels today, you're gonna make these products, right? And so in all of those, blenders will be adding raw materials starting around 1, 2 in the morning. All right, it's when our blenders come in. They'll be adding raw materials to our specifications. All of these kettles are on load cells, so everything's done based on weight. It's really the most accurate way to handle, different specific gravities, that kind of thing, right? So blenders will make those products to our specifications. They'll get tested in our QC lab to make sure that they meet those specifications, and then they'll get packaged and sent out the door. So that's really what's going on daily.
Can I pick your Qualichem brain real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm seeing a lot of barrels. You mentioned, well, kettles, as you call them. A lot of different ones. How many different types of coolant does Qualichem have? How many different SK? Because I know you guys will do custom work as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We're big. Qualichem's huge on the right product for the application.
Yes, you are. That I've noticed for sure. And that's important for all of you to know as well, because I used to be a machinist and I used to use generic coolant, and generic coolant did not work for what I needed it to do. And I'm learning so much now working with you guys about tool life, product quality, the machine life, all of these things that are directly related to coolant. So again, thank you for saying that part.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you put the right product for the application in the machine tool, your bang for your buck's huge, right? And so to your point, to your question about how many SKUs, there's a lot, and we add more daily. We probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 to 300 different coolants that could be made, and then probably another 200 straddles. So when we're walking around the facility, you see a lot of raw materials, right, in these rack locations. It's because of just that. On any given day, we need to stand at the ready to make one of those, 500-600 different products.
That's incredible. And to be fair, I saw a sign just over there that says over 200,000 barrels.
Yes.
That's congratulations.
Yeah.
I can give you some flowers for that one.
Thank
well done.
you. We celebrated that in 2025 back around October, and it was a big milestone for this. Made here in Salem, 200,000 batches.
Made here in Salem, here in Virginia, in a town that I actually lived in when I was 2 years old. The reason I've paused here instead of heading this direction where I feel like I'm surrounded by your kettles and a whole lot of people working is the monitor over here. Do you want to talk a little bit about this monitor before we head that direction?
Yeah, absolutely. So this monitor represents really the heart of our manufacturing process. So this is a program, we refer to it internally as Q-Track. This was built by our internal IT team. And what this allows us to do is to track our manufacturing process start to finish. And really it logs a lot of data for us. So every time somebody touches that blend, they're going to be scanning, they're going to be logging time frames, and it allows us to do a lot of analysis on the data that we collect there, to where maybe we tend to make a certain product in a certain kettle. So I want to put the raw materials near that kettle, right? It makes us more efficient. So that's kind of the gist there. Collect that data. Not only allows us to communicate with the lab and all of the team, and they know what's going on, but it also allows us to then go back and analyze that data and get better.
Well, first thing I have to mention is I was told you're the heart of the operation, and you mentioned that the software is. And to be fair, I think this is probably, I think you said bread and butter. We can call it meat and potatoes. We can call it heart and soul. It's a lot of those adjectives, right?
Right, absolutely.
But secondly, I heard that software was developed by your IT team. So no outside folks. You guys said, we know what we need to do. We know what's going on best. Let's go ahead and develop something that allows us to see our processes.
That's exactly right. And we intend to do something very similar to that in the near future when it comes to a manufacturing management system, right? So we want to be building something like that as well that'll allow us to then even get further down into the weeds of what's going on.
Yeah, that's important to understand. All right, we're in an area that I use the word daunting for. I think it's a fun word to use, but it also works as I'm surrounded by your kettles everywhere here. Could you describe some of the process of what's happening as this young man's beating the mess out of that barrel? Don't want to be on the other end of that mouth.
No, absolutely. Yeah, so chemical manufacturing, it is something that can be, it has to be respected, right? You see a lot of these warning signs. You gotta be safe about what you do, and it's important to us, and we really take it seriously. So these guys here, the longer they have in the seat, the better they get. And so we really work hard to retain employees. Qualichem wants to be known as one of the premier, companies in the valley for when it comes to manual labor. We want them to seek us out. We want to take care of those folks, and that helps us with our culture just in general, but also our safety record, our quality record. All of those things go hand in hand.
Well, I grew up in Richmond, not too far from here. But I did live in this area. I understand some of the universities that are around here as well. But if I'm going to make a discussion about big cities versus smaller towns, you guys didn't pick the biggest of cities. So I imagine being up here when it comes to the level of work and the skills and the way somebody feels when they work with Qualichem,
Right.
based on how many ultimately resources you have around you, is kind of important.
It's very important. Yeah, it's hard to attract that talent and then keep it. And it's something you really have to put a lot of effort into, and Qualichem does that.
Well, most of your folks have been really nice to me today, so far so good.
I paid them. So.
I did too, actually, a little
Okay,
bit.
good.
Yeah, don't
They're
tell
double.
anyone, because we don't have a camera recording right now or anything. As we head down this direction, John, something I think that we need to do, and maybe should have done at the beginning of this tour, but just let's talk to the audience a little bit about what you think sets Qualichem apart, right? There's a lot of options out there, whether it's machine tools or cutting tools or even materials or what industries we want to work in within manufacturing. Right. So obviously coolant is another one of those conversations. And if you're an ignorant person like me, it was just buy the cheapest and let's see how it make it work. And I realized later in life, which is why it's my honor now to talk more about coolant, how important it is because it touches everything. But what makes Qualichem so significant?
Well, you touched on it, Tony. Really, a big mantra for us is when you buy that coolant and you get it and you put it in your machine, we don't want you to have to, we want everything that you need to be in that drum. We don't want you to have to buy a bunch of additives or have our guy running by all the time doing different things, so we're proud of that. It is a premium product. It's not the cheapest product, right? But it works, and that's the key, so our chemists put a lot of effort into formulating a product that you're not going to have a lot of trouble with, and we want you to have everything you need in that drum when you get it.
I think it's annoying at this point when somebody says, and what I'm about to say as well, which is you get what you buy.
Yeah.
When you buy something cheap, you're going to get something cheap. And when somebody like you says it's not the cheapest product, for me, that's actually a relief to hear. Because if you were here telling me it's the cheapest product, I'd want to start this tour again and question your processes. Right. Because you can't have both, really, right?
No, that's correct.
You have to make sure that the quality is there. And I remember speaking with a customer of yours one time who was trying to reduce his overall costs.
Right.
And he did switch over to another coolant outside of Qualichem and realized he was actually burning through the barrels quicker because there was so much residue on his parts, which ended up costing him more. It also reduced his tool life and increases after finish labor because they needed to spend more time making sure that the part was ready to ship out the door. At the end of the day, he went right back to Qualichem and realized that maybe changing my coolant isn't the best way to reduce costs within my facility.
Yeah, we see that a lot.
I can imagine.
We do. We see that a lot.
Well, I look at the wall that's here behind us, and ISO 9001, awesome. I see cutting edge precision. I see top flight performance, targeted productivity. I can keep reading if I wanted to, but I think with our camera guy painting correctly, the audience can read themselves.
Right, absolutely.
But it looks like as we talk about quality, and again, a relief not being the cheapest, you really are touching on most, if not every, area of manufacturing, which I guess goes back to the 500, 600 different SKUs.
That's correct.
And continually developing as well.
Yeah, so these are some of the market segments where we strive to excel. We put a lot of work into aerospace approvals. The aerospace market is growing in the United States and in Europe, and it's definitely a market segment we want to be a big player in. Obviously, we do a lot in firearms and military, as well as oil and gas. So we're not targeting a lot of the applications where you don't need high-end technology. We want to be in those areas where you do, because that's like I say again, we're not the cheapest. If you want something cheap, there's plenty of people out there. But if you want to buy a product that's going to improve what you're doing daily, then Qualichem is where you want to be.
That's where I want to be. I can tell you that right now. You guys are really going through an expansion right now, right, John? I mean, new buildings, this used to be your headquarters.
That's right.
This was headquarters for a long, long time. And I want to go into the QC lab, but I don't think we can because it's changed. Everything is changing.
Yeah, so that's all been moved to our new headquarters across town. We're relocating our administrative and lab facilities into a nice, beautiful new headquarters. And so a lot of what you see here in this upper area will be different 2 months from now. We're going to be knocking down a bunch of walls and reclaiming much of this space for additional capacity in manufacturing.
That's exciting, man. It's exciting for me. It got to be exciting for you as well.
Yeah.
compressors, kind of important in what you do, right?
Absolutely. So in 24 and 25, we've kind of undertaken a couple of major expansions. We've added additional electrical capacity for the building. We've essentially doubled that capability. And we're also bringing in bigger compressors because air is an important thing in what we manufacture every day. It helps us run a lot of our equipment. So we're actually adding additional capacity there, and we're planning for the future.
Air is also kind of important to running this mechanical equipment, right?
Right.
Kind of need that to breathe as well. I'm actually getting a bit warm. Is it because of something in this air? I walked in with my hoodie on because it's cold outside in Virginia today, but I'm feeling a bit warm at the moment.
Yeah, so some of the raw materials that we use, Tony, they need to be heated. We have a 4-pallet position hot box back there, and we run that at about 160 degrees. So at room temperature, those products would be hard to work with, right? Very thick. But at 160 degrees Fahrenheit, they flow pretty well. So they're ready to use.
And as we close out this tour, but we have a lot more to show everyone at other facilities, you're kind of proud of this area outside as well. So I'm glad I kept my hoodie on. Because again, not warm today, although spring and fall here in the Roanoke area, Salem area, so gorgeous. I mean, really amazing. Today, not one of those days. However, again, looks like expansion.
Yeah, so Tony, we added 2 additional 20,000 gallon bulk tanks back here behind us. That essentially doubles our capacity on our single largest raw material. And we use a lot of that, as you can imagine. So what that does is that just kind of gives us a little bit more stability in supply. You know, if there's any kind of interruption, we now have a longer period of time we can react. And it's more security for our customers too.
I think that's also important to understand because, and I think you've seen this more firsthand than I have, but you may or may not believe how many times I've heard someone say, well, I didn't have an option for someone, so they went with someone else, even if it's only temporarily.
Right.
Like being able to have stock for them, having everything here, having the capacities you just mentioned. This is what the expansion and investments are for.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. We have a lot to show you guys. We have tours of all over. John, I think this be your only tour with me, John, or can I beg you to join me in other places?
I think I'm going to have to hand you off, Tony, but it's been fun.
Yeah, it has been fun. Do you think they'll let me climb this?
We better talk to safety.
All right, well, let me see if they do, but I don't think you're going to join me up there either way, are you?
No, I'm scared of heights.
Well, I'm going to see if I can get up there because I'm going to try to show you guys what everything looks like all around this building. So let me see if I can get permission. Let me see if I need a harness. I know they don't want me to fall, but I'm going to try my best because I love climbing things. Either way, John, incredible tour. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Congratulations on all the success and expansion. Continue to grow. I mean, 200,000 barrels. It's all really fun. And to know it came from a place that I lived in, a hometown, it's close to my heart as well.
Well, glad to have you. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, my friends, well, that's the tour, but I'm going to head to the top because I got to see the whole building and see where they continue to expand. So I'm headed up. Let's see.
Whoa, Tony, no. You can't climb up there. It's not allowed.
Oh, wait. No?
No. We have safety measures we have to follow here.
Look, I don't blame you. I get it. It's very important to be safe, and she probably saved my life, right, guys? I mean, I'm a bad climber anyway, so thank you, Susie.
I can't comment on that, but you're welcome.
It's the right thing to do. We're going to stay here. Thank you all for watching. We have a lot coming, a lot more tours, a lot more details, a lot more expansion, but this is Qualichem, and it's so exciting to be here.
Thanks
for saving my life.
Oh, anytime, Tony.